Good morning everybody, welcome back to my short video lesson today. In this video lesson, I will share with you about what is green revolutions. So in this morning, you will learn about the green revolutions. What is green revolutions? Could you tell me please? Okay, green revolutions is mean that once of the more remarkable advancements seen in the history of agriculture. This is called green revolutions. And if you want to know about the the others definition for revolution, you can research on the internet. You will know a lot of the definitions about these green revolutions. But about the definitions, I only extracted from our textbooks, your textbook. It is one of the more remarkable advancements seen in the histories of agriculture. So right now, take a look to the next ones. The world has always been short of food as there is a rapid increase in population. Crop failures, famines, and starvations kill millions worldwide. The Food and Agricultural Organization is called FAO of the United Nations was set up in the 1945 with the main objective of encouraging small food productions and better farm management in the world. And the third one, there has been two green revolutions. It misspelling to the word green. I type letter B. Yes, you can correct it to not B in the letter G. Green revolutions. One from 1950 to 1970 in the development countries such as the USA, Canada, New Zealand, and a country in Europe to increase food production. And the second, it took place in the 1960s in the developing countries such as India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, Japan, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, Egypt, Turkey, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Philippines. 13 agricultural research centers and a genetic storage bank were set up to the country to develop higher crops variety. For example, Rice Research Institute in the Philippines develops the IRS nicknamed the miracle rice in 1965, which will more than doubled the average rice output. There are two divided into two green revolutions from 1950 to 1970. It has some country from 1950 to 1970, and the second one in 1960. Talk about developing country in like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, Japan, Mexico, Argentina, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Okay, and now take a look to the next one. How could food productions be increased? How? Yeah, food productions could increase during the green revolutions by means of the following measures. So it was divided in some main points. There are 7 main points about this. So take a look here. It means the first one, plant breeding. Agricultural scientists, their research developed several HYV. And the HYVs IR8 developed by the RRI of the Philippines, such as has a short stems so that it has grain yield or will be able to withstand its heritage ground above, since it mirrors in less palatable. It was later crossed with the Thai and Indian varieties to obtain the improved varieties of IR20 and IR22. Similar developments took place in the wheat breeding in India, maize breeding in Mexico, and elsewhere. The world food grains output just increased by 90% in the 1960, 70% in the 1970, and 80% in the 1980s and 1990s. Yeah. And liberal use fertilizers. Fertilizers are due to ensure greater grain yield and greater use of pesticide. Okay, pesticide, large quantity of pesticide, insecticide, fungicide, and herbicide have to be used to weed them out. And uh, for mechanization, modern farm machines for plowing, sowing, and harvesting were recommended to farm to expedite, yes, expedite work and to increase the farmer's productivity. Uh, Mechanization has been more successful in Japan with their advanced technology. It soon spreads over to other parts of the world. The new hybrids, especially rice, have a shorter growing seasons, making double cropping and triple cropping possible. A greater mechanization is needed to cope with the rapid cycle of farm activities, especially harvesting. Yeah. So move on to the next one. Number five, extensive irrigation facility. 8 YV do well when there is an adequate and timely supply of water. Yeah. And number six, credit facility. Credit facility. The purchase. Yeah. The purchase of 8 YV seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, machine, and other from necessity needs money. So money is also important about these ones to farm it. Credit facility. It merely refer to money is needed. It will it the necessity for facility to purchase 8 YV seeds, fertilizer, or something else. And seven, improve transport network. So farm products have to be handled by speed transport network to deliver the product to the local market or the exporting port. Okay, exporting port. What are the problems that have arisen with the green revolutions? What are the problems about that? In the first one, in most countries, many farmers are poor. So especially talk about the developing country, like in the Cambodia. So many farmers are poor and have a tiny plot of land and are unable to benefit of the green revolutions. Yeah, of the green revolution. And the second one, with greater use of fertilizers, pesticide, insecticide, fungicide, and herbicides to protect the new 8 YVs hybrids, which are more subject to attacks by pests and disease, and the soil gets more contaminated by these chemicals and the waters are more polluted. The Green Revolution has brought more environmental deterioration and a greater health risk to mankind. And the third one, many small farmers, for example, those in India and Pakistan, are forced to give up farming because they could not afford to borrow money to modernize their farm to keep up with the changes brought about the Green Revolutions. Those who have managed to borrow money from the money lender, found difficulties in repaying their loan as farm product uh, fluctuate warranties in output, demand, and prices. Yes, and the first one, number three, the third one. No, number four. Sorry. The increase use of fertilizers by more than 10 times. It means that they increase our fertilizers by more than 10 times, and that's also pesticides by 30 times, since the green revolutions have greatly depleted the world fossil fuel, as they are made from either coal or oil. And the last one, number five. Uh, though the inputs of waters, fertilizers, pesticides, and energy from, it means this one from the, mechanizations have yielded dramatic results in the green revolutions. One wonder how long this can go on. Yes. And now take a look to the next slide. Uh, what are the different types of farming? What are the different types of farming? It is by no means easy to classify the different types of farming that farmers practice in different parts of the world due to the great complexities of the farming activities. Yeah. Which involve both crops, cultivation, and animal domestications. Most of the farming type have combinations of many distinctive features found in temperate or tropical latitude. Yeah. The types of farming could be arable or pastoral, subsistence or commercial, intensive or extensive, etc. The second one's the name of the farming types. It has divided in three. The first one is the farming output, and the second one's the intensities of its productions, and the third one the destinations in which the products are sold. Yeah. The first one, for example, whether it is crops or animal, and the next one is let be intensity of its production. For example, the jails first, uh, hectare or per farmer, and the last one, let's see the destination in which products are sold. For example, like local market or export. Yeah. And the third one, number three, farmer eaters domesticates animals or grow crops. Yeah. For example, the types of farming is either pastoral or arable. When animal, example like sheep and cattle are kept, it is extensive grassland, as the ranches of the USA, Australia, or New Zealand. There is term livestock ranching. The animals are sold as livestock or slaughtered for meat, beef, or lamb. When animals are kept in the restricted pasture, often in mentioned alfalfa or lucerne grass of high nutrition values in near urban center, it is referred to as dairy farming and milk for processing in two other dairy products such as butter, cheese, and cream is the main concern. Yes, is the main concern. And number four, arable farming also take many farm, which can further divide into two. Like the following in A and B, system cultivation. System cultivation. The hill tribes rotate their field over the years to raise a limited range of food crop for the family members. And intensive subsistence farming, where paddy cultivation is practiced in China and India, where farmers grow rice as a staple food, and there is no surplus for export. So you can take a look to page 81 about the pictures that is shown for you and explained about that. And number 6, the proportions of crops and animals depends on many related factors such as the locality of the farm. Yeah. So now take a look to the next one. Sorry. Okay. And about in this number 6, I want you to get more explanations about this number 6, the proportions of crops and animal until the locality of the farm. And the animal carrying capacities of the farms, the market demand, and the prevailing price of crops and animal, as well as farm traditions and government policies. Mixed farming in the regions is referred to as the agricultures. Generally speaking, the price of land decreases with distance from the city. It is highest in the urban center and becomes cheaper and cheaper. Yeah, cheaper and cheaper in the outskirts and distant in interiors. Yeah. Okay, I think that's my video slide for all reviews. Start from the first until right now. That's all for you. And if you have any questions, you can ask me through my telegrams. Okay, goodbye, good luck.